The final spot on Team Raw was on the line when Jeff Hardy, Riddle and Elias met in the ring. Elias tried to bring his Universal Truth in a pre-match concert but dished out the punishment early. After the musically gifted superstar took out the charismatic Enigma, Riddle punched his ticket with a shattering Bro Derek to set up the pin on Elias. The Raw newcomer now has the opportunity for Survivor Series glory, as the last member of the Red Brand's squad. R-Truth pins Drew Gulak to win the 24/7 title. R-Truth reclaims his baby after Drew Gulak's attempt to join the Hurt Business fails in punishing fashion. Catch WWE action on WWE Network, Fox, USA Network, Sony India, and more. Play. Mute. Drew Gulak felt confident after his 24/7 title win last week and stylish new outfit for Monday Night Raw. After Gulak's bid to join the Hurt Business failed miserably, R-Truth swooped in to pick up the pieces and reclaim the 24/7 title. Shayna Baszler def. Lana vs. Shayna Baszler, Raw, November 9, 202002:48. Lana continues to search for a Red Brand breakthrough, and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax keep finding new ways to crush those dreams. Lana tried to go on the offensive early, but the Queen of Spades overpowered the quick effort. After a string of attacks, Baszler locked in the Kirifuda clutch to force Lana to tap out. As Baszler teed up her teammate Nia Jax for another slam of Lana through the announce table, Mandy Rose Dana Brooke came to Lana's aid to create more friction on Team Raw. Riddle Keith Lee def. Braun Strowman Sheamus. Keith Lee Riddle vs. Braun Strowman Sheamus, Raw, November 9, 202002:50. Keith Lee Riddle team up against Braun Strowman Sheamus with AJ Styles serving as referee, as Team Raw looks to work out its differences before Survivor Series. Catch WWE action on WWE Network, Fox, USA Network, Sony India, and more. A mix of bad blood and explosive personalities have made Team Raw a combustible combination of superstars. As the self-proclaimed captain, AJ Styles has tried his best to pull the squad together, and a tag team clash was the latest effort to do so. The Phenomenal One may have regretted his decision when Styles was sandwiched between Braun Strowman and Keith Lee. It was all about individual agendas as each superstar took turns delivering punishment, but the Celtic Warrior's brogue kick of the monster set him up for a roll-up by Riddle. Lee Riddle walked out victorious, but Team Raw is now as fractured as ever. Bobby Lashley def. Titus O'Neil, United States Championship match. Titus O'Neil vs. Bobby Lashley, United States Championship match, Raw, November 9, 2020:01:39. Titus O'Neil confronts the Hurt Business and ends up battling the Almighty for the United States title. Catch WWE action on WWE Network, Fox, USA Network, Sony India, and more. While MVP was singing the praises of the Hurt Business, Titus O'Neil stormed out to the ring to voice his displeasure with Bobby Lashley's United States title reign. O'Neil brought the fight to the champion and came out swinging from the opening bell. The Almighty flipped the script with a spear and locked in a full Nelson to force a tap-out and quiet O'Neil for good. Asuka def. Nia Jax by disqualification, non-title match. Nia Jax was determined to reassert her dominance over the Red Brand in a non-title battle against Asuka. The irresistible force controlled the early part of the clash while her fellow Team Raw members watched at ringside. After a distraction from Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, and Lana on the apron, the Raw Women's Champion pulled Jax into an Asuka lock. With Asuka's hold clutched in, Baszler came to the aid of her fellow Women's Tag Team Champion to force the disqualification. After the bell, Jax took out her frustrations and kept the streak going with another smash of Lana through the announce table. R-Truth emerges from 7-way match with 24/7 title. R-Truth vs. Gran Metalik vs. Lince Dorado vs. Eric vs. Drew Gulak vs. Akira Tozawa vs. Tucker, 7-way 24/7 title match, Raw, November 9. After reclaiming his baby earlier in the night, R-Truth was caught off guard with a tumultuous 7-way 24/7 title match. The opening bell set off a tornado of title changes as Akira Tozawa, Eric, Drew Gulak, Tucker, Gran Metalik, and Lince Dorado all held the title at one point during the match. After Dorado pinned his Lucha House Party teammate, R-Truth took advantage of the shock to win the 24/7 title for a record 44th time and took off for the exits. Mustafa Ali Def. Ricochet. Ricochet vs Mustafa Ali, Raw, November 9, 202002:54. Ricochet takes on Mustafa Ali after the leader of Retribution orchestrated an attack after the High Flyers win over Tucker last week. Catch WWE action on WWE Network, Fox, USA Network, Sony India, and more. Following last week's brutal assault at the hands of Retribution, Ricochet set out to get payback against Mustafa Ali. Ricochet went flying to take out the ringside members of Retribution, but he came up empty when he turned his sights back on Ali. The leader of Retribution was set on showing Ricochet the light and grounded the High Flyer with a Koji clutch for the win. Drew McIntyre The New Day Def. Randy Orton, The Miz John Morrison. Drew McIntyre The New Day vs Randy Orton, The Miz John Morrison, 6-man tag match, Raw, November 9, 20200437. Orton, as the Viper teams with Miz Morrison. Catch WWE action on WWE Network, Fox, USA Network, Sony India, and more. Drew McIntyre came to the ring smiling ear to ear after learning he'd face Randy Orton for the WWE Championship next week on Raw. With their title clash looming, McIntyre and the WWE Champion remained on the sidelines for the early part of the match. The Scottish superstar manhandled Miz Morrison when he entered the fray and stared down the Viper during the display. As McIntyre called him toward the ring, Orton decided against it and headed up the ramp clinging to his title. With McIntyre's attention turned, Morrison tried to steal the victory, but McIntyre sprang into action for a devastating Claymore kick to the Friday Night Delight to clinch the win.